I use fire with this fire intention. Please help everyone get what they need. And for us right now, to have some fire. Great Spirit, please take this sage through all dimensions in time and space. And it looks like I got some sweetgrass in this one. Thank you for the gift of this smudge stick and fire and the sacred space and technology. And for the endless vibes of shifting this last. Wow. Okay, I think the Snuggie's going on. Sure. Life. Oh my God. I don't know how you guys are doing right now, but my sister has inspired me, and Spirit kicked me in the ass and said, it's time to get online. And of course, I just got out of bed, and then my batteries aren't working on one of my phones, and blah, 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 blah. Life. What we're in right now. I'm sorry, I don't have any words. So I want to stick to the magic of life, because there is definitely still freaking magic going on. There's still beautiful things happening. I asked my husband yesterday, and I talked to my sister. I said, I'm either living my hell, and then I thought, I don't know, my hell could definitely be nursing 24/7, wearing a mask. That could be my hell. But life is beautiful. Life is so full of little miracles, and why not? If it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay not to know all the answers. It's okay to instigate, good and bad. It is okay, especially if it's not intentional. It's not okay if you go around pissing people off, okay? That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if you are an instigator. My sister called me once. She says, you're the confronter. I'm like, I'm the confronter. I come from a long line of mirrors. And what do mirrors do? Mirrors confront you. I have been confronted my whole life that if I'm having any issues in my head, bang, there it is. Bang, there it is. Bang, there it is. Just those, and the most sensitive moments, you know? The one thing you don't want somebody to say is the one thing they say. In every situation, I'm talking rape victims, I'm talking the most dramatic situations where you just needed somebody to hug you, and it was the one thing you didn't want to happen. You know, what does a rape victim not want to hear? It's your fault. That happened. And that's okay. It's in the past. It taught me so much. I used to think people didn't love me. I used to think my mom and dad didn't love me. I used to think everybody didn't love me. But that's completely not true. Everybody loves you the best that they know how to love you. And just because you might expect one way does not mean that they don't love you in their way. Even the ones that you think hate you and just piss you off and get right under your skin, I bet you they think they're helping you. The one girl that was confronting me all the time with, well, let's just say she was a born again. And some of them go real crazy. Then whatever, you know, whatever floats your boat. That's your cup of crazy. No problem. Hey, I got my own cup of crazy. And, you need some TLC? You need me to say I love you, Michael, on my video? Everybody has their own brand of coffee. Everybody has their own brand of life. As I was trying to get ready for this video, so many things were happening. I mean, it got real loud around the yard. There were so many things happening. I'm like, what's happening? This is life, okay? Life will always challenge you. Life will always say, hey, I got something else for you. Are they tests? I don't know. Are they confirmations? I don't know. Who cares? It's life. And it's going to do whatever it needs to do. It's going to challenge. It's going to challenge who you are as a person. It's going to challenge how you dish out stuff. And I'm telling you guys, every teacher and every light worker out there right now, little things are instigating everything, okay? People are really stressed right now. I can't even explain the time of world that we're in right now. Masks 24/7. Ugh. So I went for my first COVID test yesterday. I had a flu over the weekend. And of course I was like, oh God, where is this going to go? Well, of course I was achy. I had a flu. And because of a flu, normally, you get a doctor's note and you got, go back to work. That's not normal anymore. Now you got to do this whole phone call thing, and it's like a week process. No, I don't know what the results are. I'm sure they're going to be fine because I am a freaking germ aware. I wash my hands in my truck. I got water bottles. I got soap. I got hand sanitizer. Like, if I get it, well, we're all gonna get it, and that's not a curse or anything like that. Clear, cancel, delete, CCD. But in life, everything that happens, it's gonna challenge you, and even though you don't realize that you're instigating somebody, it's okay. You don't have to fix everybody you instigate. You don't have to fix their problems because it's their issues. You're the instigator. That's all your job is, or the confronter, or or the message passenger, or you, that's all, that's your whole job. Okay. For example, I was in my backyard, and happy birthday if Sean ends up watching this video, my neighbor. They were outside, and I always felt bad because it's really open at the beach. I mean, we've got a lot of space, and it's beautiful, and it's sacred, and thank God my neighbors don't mind all the stuff that I'm doing over here. And if they do, they don't bitch about it, so that's even better. Sometimes I want to say, going live, just so they know, if they're coming on video with me. But one day, I actually didn't go into one of the parts of my backyard because I felt like I was violating their space, because you can hear everything out here. So if we're fighting, everybody can hear you. And you can hear everything, which is okay if you got great neighbors. And like I said, we got great neighbors. They're all very beautiful souls, very beautiful people. And anyway, I talked to her once, and I said, look, I'm really sorry, because I heard her talking on the phone, and I didn't want to hear her talking on the phone. Everybody knows me. I like my solitude. I like to be private. I like to be in my own little bubble. I like to be alone sometimes. And in that time of my life, I was working a really hard job, so I needed that solitude. And anyways, so we talked about it, and she goes, and I said, I feel bad for going into that corner. She goes, my God, it's your yard. Why would you care if you're going into anywhere in your yard? It's your yard. And I'm like, oh, it's my yard. And she's like, enjoy your yard. She says, it is what it is. And I'm like, oh, and that was a magical moment for me, because it was a different perception. And that's when I'm saying on some of these posts, switch your perception. That is switching your perception. It's just because you visualize this situation in one way does not mean there's not 5 other ways. So I shared a post with oils. Now, just to recap, this one is fluorite, and I just love them. I just love them. Okay. It's got a little fluorite ball in the top, and it's got fluorite. And anyways, I just love sharing the magic. So they're just beautiful. And you know what? Truth be told, I'd pretty much pay anything for something that I wanted. Sorry for Michael, my other financial partner here. But they're beautiful, and it's exactly what I wanted. It's exactly what I was looking for. And it's oil. It's I do Young Living. There are some doTERRAs that I do. But I have to be careful, because Mike reacts to a lot of stuff. He wants that attention somehow, right? Just kidding. Well, he goes anaphylactic, man. I mean, how dramatic is that? I mean, you got to be dramatic with a dramatic wife like me, right? But it's that simple. Like, it's just oil. I just put Young Living, and I have like 2 buckets of oil. And this is actually helping me use the oil that I've had for years. Bonnie Bogner actually introduced me to my first, it's called Christ Scent. And it was from, I don't know, in the beginning, in our beginning, 2009, I think we were all starting to come out of the closet. And, yeah, so it was my first oil experience, and she had sprays back then. And of course, it's just grown over the last 15 years or whatever the hell it's been. And for me, I just do as guided. So what I have in here is a whole whack load of stuff that will help you transform. So I think I've got loyalty in here, because that's important to me as I'm going through transformations. I think I've got inner child, because we always have to honor that inner child within us, because that's the one that's getting hurt. If you think somebody's betraying you, odds are it comes back from a past experience where you were hurt as a kid, or whatever, even past lives now these days, that we carry shit forward and from our ancestors, even if that's metaphorical or not metaphorical, it doesn't matter. It's the fact is that you face those histories and help heal them. Okay, that's all this stuff is about. Past lives can be as simple as my grandma being scared when she came over so many years ago on the boat, wondering what the hell life was going to have, and are they going to be mean to me, and are they going to accept me? And she was just a little girl. So could you imagine all those stresses that she had at that time? I mean, that would be really, really scary. That'd be scary, coming over into a strange land and not knowing if they're going to be mean to you, or shoot you down or accept you. You know, that's just a very scary feeling. So all that fear, if you don't heal it and fix it, or not fix it because there's nothing wrong with you, but if you don't address it, that's a good word. If you don't address that hurt is still there. I was telling my sister, if you don't deal with those feelings, if somebody's not appreciating your value, or if somebody's not appreciating your value, that's important. That's why I am so vocal. So I try to make sure that everybody in my life, and all of you guys, that I'm very, very grateful for all of you. Whatever role that you play, if you're watching this video, you're supposed to watch this video. And again, for the oils, I just triggered a whole shitload of things that have happened over the last 3 days. And I was going through my own stuff, right? This whole lining up and getting a swab and tickling your nose, how does it feel? Jordan, one of our friends, good friends, Jordan, said, he described it best. First I was like, well, it feels like, you know that part where you're gonna sneeze? Well, they stick you there and they hold you there for 5 seconds. It was awful. I felt so violated. Lost my train of thought. Oh, Jordan explained it as, you know how you get water up your nose? That's what it feels like. And they hold it there for 5 seconds. That feeling. Ugh, it was just awful. So, sorry, they just tickling my nose. So yeah. I had my little violation and I was crying and my sister was helping me through it because I felt violated. Like, this is just it's very uncomfortable for me. I have spent my whole life, allowing my sound, allowing my soul, allowing my voice to come back out again, to have this last year have it covered with a mask. So for me, it's very metaphorical. It's not the actual mask. It's like somebody's putting their hand over your mouth again. So yeah, it's again, we're all going through our different things. For the oil, for the 4th time going back to it, I just use, like I said, my Young Living oil. I don't mix anything else in it, apparently. But this started my sister on her another path. And again, if you allow these little inspirations to inspire you, it's incredible where they go. It's just incredible where they go. So, she actually mixed it with coconut cooking oil, if I read that correctly. And it's just because she didn't have enough, and so she was just playing, and she was asking Spirit, okay, what should I do? And, I don't even know what kind of bird you are. Not a sparrow, not a finch. I don't know what that is. It's a little bird. And, going for a walk in the labyrinth. So she allowed that to take her in a lot of different ways, and now she's really enjoying these oils. So she listened to Spirit on what she should do, and her son just adored it and just loved it. And there's magic in every moment. So my original purpose, I think I got power, is, I'll see if I can find it. I got a little power, so I'll let it keep going, and then I can let you guys stare at the thing while I get booted up here. My sister shared a song today, and it was just so freaking magical. It was just so beautiful. And again, as you're living your life and you're on your path, shit's always gonna try to grab your attention, especially if you got a big message. Okay, if you inspire people. And I was sitting there listening to this song, and I was like, yeah. And I heard, Stacey, you're a leader. You can't not be vulnerable on screen. You can't just not be out there and connect with your peeps. And I was like, yeah, okay. I'll get out there. And it's not that I don't mind when people see me vulnerable. Like, you should see what I'm going to do for you today. I'm going to dance with you. And if you're willing to dance, take this video, get your ass outside. We're going to load this video, and I want you to dance like no one is watching, even if everyone can see. You close your damn eyes. I'm not going to close my eyes because I got rocks in my labyrinth, and we're going to dance in the labyrinth. So, and we're going to play April's song. And I'm going to say April's song because she was guided to share it with a bunch of healers, and it's a freaking beautiful song. So I'm not sure if Facebook will cut me off while that's happening. I know that sometimes it picks up other songs. So no, the song does not belong to me. And I will post the link. Or April, if you're watching, post the link to the song in the bottom. That would be fantastic. If you could post it in the comments. It's a beautiful song. And there's so much truth to it right now. And she keeps texting, what do you think? What do you think? I'm like, well, you're going to see what I think right now. So I'm just waiting for my iPhone to get some power here. And I'm going to go to my YouTube. Should I be able to figure that out? And oh, that's going to take me a little bit. I don't know how to. I don't think I have Messenger on here. Well, it was a good idea at the time. Maybe I'll turn you around and see if I can. It is a magical song. I'm not even sure who is all in there. I'd like to play it in the background. That's why I need two phones here. So I've got one charging, but I have to figure out how to access that link on my iPhone that's not currently going. But I do have my other laptop here, so I'm going to turn you around so you can just watch the labyrinth while I try and get this song hooked up. I'm going to actually kind of key in here and click on April's link. Maybe that'll work. Okay, we're having technical difficulties. I forgot my password. Oh, this shit keeps acting here, so I will. If I could pause you guys, or if you're okay. Are you okay looking at the labyrinth there for a few minutes? If you're okay looking at the labyrinth there for a few minutes. This will be a little long video, so fast forward. And this is what I'm talking about, life's hiccups. So you go through those hiccups with friends, supportive people, and people that don't mind waiting. Still burning. No, I heard a bunch of construction workers, not today so much, but the last 2 days. I have my window open, so of course I have to have my window open, man. I'm menopausal, dudes. Okay, just getting my... Almost there, peeps. So while I'm doing this, oh, I'm almost there. Grab your shoes, go outside, feel this beautiful energy, grab a sweater, grab some headphones. Oops. This is why I always forget my password, is because they don't like the ones I give them. Okay, I have to stay long gone. Okay, here we go, guys. Oh, there's a lot of action in there, so we might also hear ding, 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 ding. So we'll just pretend that's the fairies, okay? That's, of course, the advertisement. I'll post some cards at the end, guys. Here we go.
I am looking at my life. It's better than a dream. So many things I prayed for are now reality. I'm traveling the road, sharing my medicine. A conscious creator, supporting healing. The world is so wild and beautiful place. We are constantly evolving as a human race. I truly believe this is a time for greatness. Everyone is invited to embody the light, living life as love and shining bright. The shackles of fear breaking once and for all. This is a song for all the rainbow warriors, the brilliant ones leading the way. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ho. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ho. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ho. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ho. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ho. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ho. I had no other choice. There was only truth. When I opened my eyes, I was brand new. I am forever free. Nothing in my way. Field of infinite wisdom. This is where I play. The world is a wild and beautiful place. We are constantly evolving as a human race. I truly believe this is a time for greatness. Everyone is invited to embody the light, living life as love and shining bright. The shackles of fear breaking once and for all. Oh, this is a song for all the rainbow warriors, the brilliant ones leading the way. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ho. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ho. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ho. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ho. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ho. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ho. Unity consciousness weaving across our planet, remembering we are rising as one. The world is a wild and beautiful place. We are constantly evolving as a human race. I truly believe this is a time for greatness. Everyone is invited to embody the light, living life as love and shining bright. The shackles of fear breaking once and for all. Oh, this is a song for all the rainbow warriors, the brilliant ones leading the way. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, oh. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ho. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ho. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ho. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ho. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ho. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ho. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ho. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ho. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, hey.
So how awesome was that, right? Not watching me shake my booty, but dancing together as we are completely united as one. I can't explain how together and how many people really do surround you and love you in these moments when you feel you're completely alone. You are not alone. Even if in times you feel very, very, very alone. All right. Anybody want a card? And I love this deck. See, this deck actually came to me once somebody cut me a card. And I cried. Oh. And this one really does want to talk. That one doesn't. And this has always been my favorite. If you're ever interested in just connecting with your loved ones, you bless your deck with your angels and God and whatever your guidance is. Yeah, say me, me, me. And if I don't see it, say it a couple times. I see tannin. See, don't you always think of that Romper Room song? I see Tannin and Belinda and April and Annette. All right. So for Annette, they want to switch to that deck. Okay, Tannin. Oh, that was easy. Dharma unfolding. Remember that you are on a path. Take one step at a time. I also hear that sometimes a step backwards is a step forward. I've had to home care. If I looked at home care, I would say that would be a step backwards for me because I've already been there. I've already done that. But I'm coming out to home care as a completely different person. When I first graduated in nursing, the LPN course in Winnipeg, I 2004 or something, I was a completely different person than I am today. So coming back to home care as this person is a lot different than doing home care that long ago. So although sometimes it feels like a step back, it's not a step back. Belinda. I'm going to let these guys tell you the stories here. Freya. Phases and cycles. There is a beginning with every ending. Illusions are revealed and released. I have a bunch of examples. I think actually Belinda knows exactly what that means already. But a big one is even with the illusions that society will place on people. For example, with this card, she's got a crow. Now, some people would think crow is evil and crow is dark because they're gross and whatever. But you know what? Every single animal is here for a reason. And what I find funny is just because the crow will actually clean up the mess, people think that's dirty. I guess in some way there used to be judgments on the level of job you had, like a janitor. You need to be this when you grow up, or you need to be that, and if you're not that, then it's no good. So sometimes I think crow and raven are misunderstood because they eat animals, yes, but so does the hawk. So does the hawk. The hawk will eat babies. The hawk will eat big birds. The hawk will eat it's a sacred bird too. But I really believe that all animals are sacred. So sometimes what we see, we're in our lives to ruffle up that truth, right? So I was raised in a time where you just keep your mouth shut. And well, as people that know me, that's the one thing I have always fought against, and always try and speak my truth. Now, I try and keep that love-based, and if I don't have anything nice to say, I'm not going to say it, because I know that if I'm angry or if I'm sad or if I'm mad, it's not my that's not my truth. That's not my soul. That's not God trying to spread love. That's me trying to heal a hurt within myself. April. Oh, same one. Ooh. Sacred Self. The Shekinah. Now, if you need more info, if you want a piece of the book, then inbox me. I put some of the power in your hands. If you need more, I can take pictures of the other ones later. For this one, April, unleash your spirit, express your gifts, dance to the sacred rhythm of life. Well, I don't even have to go much farther than that, because as I said, that song was dedicated from my sister April, and she's been dancing with spirit. And that's also what I was going to say is, yeah, if I skipped you, please say it again, because it's just not registering quick enough. How you wake up in the morning. You could wake up real groggy and hate the world. And what's your first focus when you wake up in the morning? It's brilliant to listen to positive, uplifting music. I've noticed too that sometimes I'll feel just groggy and gross, and then I'll throw on the Spotify with my favorites, and I'll dance around the yard, and I'll just shake my booty and get things done. And today I have to blow leaves, so that'll be my next on the agenda. But if you need help shifting that thought, ask your angels, ask God, ask whoever, whatever your ascended masters are. Ask them for help, because they will help you. And they'll give you certain music, or pulling cards, or sage, or they'll give you a sacred ceremony that works for you. I used to say at the beginning of my expos, if a dancing moose is the way God can bring you to his peace and to his unconditional love, then that's exactly what he's going to do for you. There are so many different labels out there. Don't let it pollute. Don't let it pollute unconditional love, because it truly is there. Love without condition, love without judgment. If you're judging someone, find out where that's coming from. Don't go say, oh, that's wrong, because no, for them, it's right. For them, if that's the way they take a conversation, you know what? It's right for them. You have to address it in your own way. I never like not responding to people, because, well, sometimes I wasn't listened to, and I felt like I wasn't listened to. So I don't like when people don't respond to me. I don't care if it's like, sorry, can't talk now, or talk to you later. That's still a response. A no response is a response. But I definitely will give my attention to the ones that give me loving responses and kind responses and support my life and know about my life. I love getting to know you guys, like, period. My umbrella shifted. I can't see. Oh, I can turn it. Okay, Alanette, we are actually going to the other deck. Oh, I lost my feather. Okay, so that's a sign. Again, you're listening to everything that's happening in your universe at that moment, because everything is a sign. So for Alanette, because I'm on her, I would think that, pay attention to those little messages that you're getting. When you're a nurse, when you're in healthcare, when you're in any kind of caregiving position, I remember when I first got into mediumship, I went and I sat down and they went to give me a reading, and she's like, what the hell do you do? And I'm like, what do you mean? She goes, there are so many dead people around you. She says, there are so many old people. She goes, what the hell do you do? She goes, are you in healthcare? Are you a nurse? What do you do? And at that time I was a nurse. But anyways, the feather fell. So take note to those special things that happen around your life all the time. And sometimes it's people just bringing them forward. Like, my grandma was a very quiet woman. So when I first started listening to the visions in my head, I actually saw my Uncle Nick first. And my Uncle Nick was not a shy man. And he actually came barreling through the front. And another woman was seeing Bonnie was seeing the exact same vision. And she goes, it looks like this big man barreling through the front. And I could see it as she was talking. And he was actually bringing my grandma forward. So me and my grandma were very close, both grandmas. The one grandma was pretty busy. But anyways, pay attention to your signs, because they're there. And literally, you can have conversations in your mind. You're not disturbing them. They love you. They're with you. They want to support you. I'm not saying take it to the other way. I'm saying just simply sitting here. I know my grandma's with me. I know even just saying my Uncle Nick's name, he's like, what's going on? So Alanette, this is from a loved one. Okay, this deck I'd like to read more because I'm learning over here. I've always loved to learn, and sometimes I thought that I knew it all. But now I'm beyond the three-dimensional physical world. I am astounded to be learning how everything really works in this beautiful and perfect universe. Even now, I can't completely comprehend all of God's plan, but I do see the bigger picture, and it's amazing. So the one piece that's coming to me too is, Grandma came to me one night and said, she says, if I was still on earth, I'd judge you too. But she says, but I'm not, so I don't. And it was that simple, because the way some of us were raised, it was very strict and it was out of fear, there's a lot of fear around that. So, Susan Craig. Oh, I'm assuming Susan, wants one here. Back to the other deck. Kalama, facing fear. Major spiritual changes are unfolding. This is your chance to soar. So I'm taken back to one of the conversations me and Susan had about drumming. It's time to get those kids drumming. If there's a way that you can honor it in this weird ass time, now is the time. Now is the time to get those drums out. Get these kids singing and screaming, and literally let them scream. Let them, have them 6 feet apart if necessary. Let them shake their booty, masks off, scream their freedom like as the 6 feet away. The rule is you wear masks if you can't keep a 6 feet distance. Hell, if they don't mind the masks, whatever. But make sure that they're that far apart. And my God, drums, they carry, they echo, they go forever. I'm also reminded, look up woodpecker. It was hilarious because we just actually learned this year that, I don't know if you've ever had a woodpecker come and go like this on your chimney. I was like, what the hell? Why do they keep doing that? They can't eat that. Well, little did I know that a woodpecker's mating call is to be the loudest woodpecker. To be the loudest woodpecker. So hell yeah, they just grabbed the brain and started a chimney thing. Boom, 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 boom. Like, so it's again, let them be as loud as they can. Be in a space where you can have that freedom. Right now it's actually really good. I don't know if they've decreased prices, but the community centers, you're only allowed 30 people. So even if you get 12 kids in there, maybe they can, because again, these are crazy times. These kids need to express themselves. They need to scream. They need to, I had one autistic kid say, hey, virtual hug. So, and I was walking out. I said, virtual hug back. He goes, nuh-uh, I got to see you. I want to see you and then do it. So that was really cool. And I don't know what this bird is, but this bird is back. I'm going to try and twitch you guys around. Maybe somebody knows what this bird is. And if you do, please post. Hi, are you eating bugs? Now this guy's really close. There, so he is definitely a message for somebody. So if anybody knows what kind of bird that is, can you please post it on the link here? Thank you. See? All right. Turn you back. Do. My umbrella moved again. Oh, no, there it is. Okay, Helga. Oh, loved one. Life is a series of choices. Choose love. I heard a big sign was yes last night. Whatever your purpose is, you will find that community. But you want to attract the community. My community is completely shifted. I love the people that are in my life right now. Such and Stuff has such a magical vibe going on right now. And I mean magic in the most loving, kind way. I actually had this vision a long time ago that I was discussing with my dear soul sister, Tamiko. And I had this vision of this building opening up where it was actually doing everything. And I thought we were going to be the leaders of that. But again, we have so many other things going on. We need lots of we need lots of people. And at that time, the doors weren't opening for me. So obviously it was just my vision to see in the future. And I knew I wanted to be a part of it. And I knew I would be a part of it in my sound capacity and my other special gifts, right? But I saw this community. I saw this grand community of everybody standing together, bringing all sorts of different beliefs together. And if you're centered in love, those beliefs, it doesn't matter. One girl had asked me the other day, she goes, well, don't you need a book? Don't you need a book to follow? And I said, no. I said, me and God have our lingo, and I trust that. I trust that very much. And it's our relationship that matters. I mean, I'm supposed to teach love, unconditional love. And so what does unconditional love mean? Love without conditions, love without judgment. So although you can absolutely honor your boundaries, I'm not saying let people walk all over you and be the doormat. That is not your, that's not your purpose. You can plant the seed and you can continue to walk. When you plant seeds out there, you have no idea the seeds that you're planting. And just for simple, like a guy walking by smiling and saying, slow down. You don't have to be in a hurry. You know, that was like revelational for me. Like I took that on so deep level. I love having deep conversations, and that's just me. And I also love support. I love feedback. I love feeling important. And now I have so many beautiful people in my life that give me that. And I know that the false ones, or not false ones, the people that are lost that aren't able to offer me that, then that's okay. I just don't put my energy there anymore, because there's so many beautiful people. You guys are just amazing. Anyways, Helga, love is the true nature of your soul. By making a choice from love instead of fear, you are saying yes to God. I remember in my life when I would let other people's opinions of me define who I was. I was never good enough to be accepted. That was just because I was living in fear. But now I know how much more powerful love is. By making the right choices, you welcome abundance into every aspect of your life. And I want nothing more than for you to be happy. So with every choice you make, stay true to your nature and choose love. Fear separates. Love unites. From over here, I will try to remind you to always attempt to see love in all that you do. That way, you can live a happier and more fulfilling life while on earth. Oh, I know I got Elenette. Joanne. Oh, another loved one. So pretty out here. Don't you like my Oodie? I just love it. I love it. Joanne, I have no more earthly worries. Okay, and you guys remember that mediumship is so easy. It's not like this. It can be like the stuff on TV, but don't forget they're dramatizing everything because it's TV. So it's very simple. I mean, it was funny because you have to be very specific as well when it comes to that, because I was jealous. My mom actually has dreams. Very, very vivid dreams. And when our nephew passed away, she actually had a dream of my grandpa, who has passed, holding my nephew in a rocking chair. Sweethearts, that's mediumship. That is spirit talking to you. That is spirit finding its way in. That is God connecting you with what you need to be connected with. Some of us say, oh, no. I was just thinking of him. You know, just, and totally sideswiping it. But it's so totally true. We are connected like all the time. And I remember once saying, well, I was very jealous because mine's so dramatic. But my angels tell me all the time, Stacey, if it wasn't dramatic, you wouldn't believe us. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. Because I'm a dramatic person, right? So I need dramatic examples. Oh, there's just so many examples. There's just so many. Learn what your language is with your spirit, and literally be very clear. I was jealous of my mom, so I was like, I want spirits to bug me while I'm sleeping. And of course, that's what I said. What a stupid thing to say. So my friend, her mom, all of a sudden I wake up and I'm sleeping, right? So she's bugging me while I'm sleeping. And I wake up and see my friend's mom standing. I'm like, that is not what I meant. So be very clear on what those messages are. All right. I have no earthly worries. I have to be honest with you. Life was very stressful for me. I probably should have been more open and forthcoming about my feelings because I held them in most of the time. And that was damaging for me, physically and emotionally. I will admit to you now that I was deeply afraid during my life. I was afraid that you and others wouldn't love me if you knew who I truly was. I felt like I was deeply flawed and didn't want you to know. Now that I'm here, though, everything's turned in a completely new direction. I now see that I had nothing wrong with me except my belief that I was flawed. And that belief caused me to act in ways that were hurtful to myself and others. I apologize for hurting you. I thank God that I have no more earthly worries, and I can now express myself fully to you as I truly am. Now that I no longer am concerned about others' judgments and don't stress about money, work, or day-to-day life, I'm completely carefree. Okay, and I did get Alanette. If you didn't get it, it's in the back. We were talking about feathers. Trista. Oh, another one. See, I don't know. Spirit's been talking. Okay, this one just fell out, so. I see all of your thoughts. Da-da-da-da. Just kidding. I can now hear your thoughts and feelings so much more clearly than when I was living in my physical body. Back then, I was consumed with my own ego thoughts and distracted by my fears. Now that I'm free of those shackles, I can focus upon giving and loving. So whenever you'd like to talk, I can clearly hear you. I am reminded of a situation, a story in my life where Jesus was like, talk to me. Pretend I'm sitting right here. Talk to me. And it was like they say, Spirit says, imagine that spirit is really literally just sitting right in front of you. Because the second you think of someone, the second they're there. The second it even crosses your mind is the second they're there. There is no time, no space. My belief is that they're always with you, supporting you, loving you. But again, I'm like on the hippie love side, right? Truly. I'm not saying that life isn't tough and hard, but that's exactly why we need those loved ones behind us, right? Just think my name. Oh, now it's going to say what I just said. Just think my name and trust the thoughts and feelings that you receive from me. Those are my communications with you. I totally respect your free will and would never impose my own will onto you. I only want what is best for you. So please know that I'm here when you wish to talk. I love you. And that was Trista. All right, I think I got everybody on here, and it's a very, very long video, so I will leave with be the best you that you can be, because that's all you can be. And just remember, you are the one that has to look in that mirror or that video or that picture every single day. So if you don't worry about the approval of others either, allow yourself to be in that magic, allow yourself to dance, and who gives a shit what anybody else thinks. And as long as you're living your truth, as Don Miguel says, as long as you're doing your best every single day and you're living in love, then the rest doesn't matter. Namaste. Aho. Blessed be. Hey, 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 ho. I can't remember how she said that. It's beautiful. Be well, you guys. So much love. Thank you for being in my life.